All I need's a few more dollars, and I'm out of here to stay.
Disney is well known for its animated movie musicals, but what about the live-action ones? Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 live-action Disney movie musicals.
All that I've dreamed, day after day.
Are you a big fan of musicals? What about a superfan? So is Miriam over at Junior Mojo. Watch as she frantically retells the plot of one of the most beloved musicals, The Wizard of Oz, in Junior Mojo series Super Fan Club. For this list, we'll be looking at films from across the Disney spectrum, including theatrical releases and TV movies, as long as they're live action and musicals.
You know the world can see us in a way that's different than who we are. I wish.
Number 10. Into the Woods.
More than anything.
More than the moon,
I wish.
The king is giving a festival.
Falling right into its pattern of retelling classic fairy tales, Disney gives a Hollywood makeover to this Broadway show, which merges some of our favorite childhood stories. With this one, you don't just get one fairy tale, but several all wrapped up into one.
I know what my decision is, which is not to decide. I'll just leave him a clue.
It's like the ultimate fan theory connecting all our favorite characters. The story juggles comedy and tragedy, as the lives of different fairy tale characters intertwine. The performances from the star-studded cast, including Meryl Streep, Anna Kendrick, and Emily Blunt, although overly campy at times, are definitely entertaining to watch.
Agony, oh the torture they teach.
With childhood joy.
Number 9. Babes in Toyland.
And you'll never believe all the love she'll receive.
Speaking of retelling classic tales, this old-school Disney musical centers around Mother Goose nursery rhymes. Tom Piper is all set to marry Mary Contrary, but the evil Barnaby has other plans. He wants to marry Mary for her inheritance, so he kidnaps Tom and hires some goons to kill him. Needless to say, Mary is quite contrary. As you might expect from a family movie, everything turns out with a happy ending. The goofy characters and fun songs will surely make you nostalgic for your childhood.
Tom and Mary, your beautiful dream has come true.
When the time comes to walk.
Number 8. Pete's Dragon.
So let's all make sure we give everyone somewhere to let's all make sure.
This musical follows a young boy named Pete, as he escapes from an abusive family, the Gogans, forms a new one with a woman named Nora, and wins over a town that initially rejects him. He does it all with the help of his best friend Elliot, who just happens to be an occasionally invisible dragon.
Now we're together and life is perfect. Don't ever disappear.
In this tale about friendship, Pete and Elliot protect each other from those who might want to hurt them. Though the premise of this film may seem bleak, the darkest parts of the story, like when the abusive Gogans try to take Pete away from his new family, are lightened up by the jovial songs.
Cause we got a bit of a sale right here, and we're gonna take him down.
Number 7. High School Musical. It was the start of something new. The movie that launched the careers of Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens was a Disney Channel phenomenon that was so popular that it sparked 2 sequels, the last one being widely released in theaters. Through catchy songs and memorable characters, this film delivered the powerful message to an audience of young viewers that they should be unafraid to break free of the status quo and explore all dimensions of themselves.
It's the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you.
This movie took the cliched plot of the superstar jock and the nerdy girl breaking all the rules and revived it with a new musical twist.
We've got to work this out. We'll make things right. The sun will shine. If we work, there'll be no doubt.
Nothing's stopping me, and I can't
Number 6. The Muppets. The genius pairing of Amy Adams and Jason Segel, combined with everyone's favorite musical puppet friends, makes this one possibly the best Muppets movie ever. The Muppet Christmas Carol is definitely a close second, but this 2011 installment to the Muppets franchise is the one earning a spot on this list. To save the old Muppet studio from being destroyed by oilman Tex Richmond, Gary, Mary, and Walter reunite the Muppets to raise the money to save it.
It's time to get things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Muppetational. This is what we call the Muppet Show.
The musical numbers are just as fun and campy as you might expect from the Muppets as they find each other and rediscover themselves on this new adventure.
To sing along.
Number 5. Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
That's far beyond the wildest notion.
Witches, Nazis, and a flying bed that travels through dimensions make up this family-friendly musical. Miss Eglantine Price is a student of witchcraft who desires to use her powers to help the war effort during the Blitz, but she is missing the final spell she needs to complete her training. With the help of her 3 young wards and her witchcraft professor, Miss Price adventures to find the spell and take on the Nazis. This film is essentially a historical fictional fantasy musical that will bring you back to the age of believing.
Doubting everything you ever knew.
The combination of live action and animation using impressive special effects makes the magic happen.
On the bottom of the beautiful briny sea.
Number 4. Newsies. Based on the real newsboys' strike of 1899, this musical tells the story of Jack Kelly and his fellow Newsies, who lead a strike against the most powerful newspapermen in the city.
Friends of the friendless seize the day. Friends of the friendless seize the day.
In this true David and Goliath story, the newsboys stand up to Pulitzer after they jack up the price of papers for the Newsies. Christian Bale stars as Jack Kelly, the leader of the Newsies, who rallies an entire city to stand up to the ruthless businessmen. That's right, it's the Batman singing and dancing. And it's pretty awesome.
Santa Fe, are you there? Do you swear you won't forget me? If I found you, would you let me come and stay?
So awesome that the Broadway-style songs and choreography inspired the hit Broadway show of the same name.
Broadway story, gods and glory, I'm the king.
Number 3. Beauty and the Beast. First of all, it only made sense that Hermione Granger grew up to be Belle. Secondly, this live-action remake of the beloved animated classic did not disappoint. The perfect mix of all the elements we love so much from the original movie and updated details make this one of Disney's best.
Very different from the rest of us.
She's nothing like the rest of us. She's different from the rest of us. Is bad.
Placing a little more focus on the backstory of the town and townspeople helped close some plot holes the original left open, as well as give more depth to even the most superficial characters. The updated versions of the original songs are amazing, and the new songs are great additions.
Easy to remember, harder to move on. Sing along if you cannot sing.
Number 2. Enchanted.
As we're finishing our happy working song.
The fairy tale world bleeds into the real world when Giselle is banished by an evil queen to a world where happily ever afters don't exist. But her blinding optimism and tendency to randomly burst out into song and dance quickly infect the city. She is not just some damsel in distress who needs a handsome man to come save her, however. The princess does her own saving. In this brand new fairy tale, the purposefully hammy fairy tale characters hilariously off-put the cynical real-world characters. While playfully poking fun at fairy tale stories, this film also celebrates their overall messages about hope and self-belief.
I've been dreaming of a true love's kiss, and a prince I'm hoping comes with this.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I mean the bare necessities, oh Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life.
Now you're living, there's music in you.
Chim chimney, chim chim chiree, a sweet bitch that's lucky as lucky.
Number 1. Mary Poppins.
Chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Good luck, we're above when I shake hands with you.
This classic Disney musical remains so iconic that it produced a sequel decades after its initial release. What kid didn't wish they had a mystical nanny after watching this one?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way.
Played by the iconic Julie Andrews, Mary Poppins blows into the lives of the Banks children on her flying umbrella and takes them on an otherworldly adventure inside a chalk drawing. With her friend Bert, stunning musical numbers, and a spoonful of sugar, she teaches the children about the magic of youth and reminds their overly serious father about what really matters in life. There's only one word to describe this movie, and it's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
If you want to hear more about musicals, don't forget to check out the Wizard of Oz episode of Super Fan Club over at Junior Mojo. You can find the link in the box below. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.